Mr. Magic is a jazz funk album by jazz saxophonist Grover Washington Jr. The album was released in 1975 via the Kudu Records label, and it was produced by Creed Taylor. I wanted to make a video about this album because it is considered to be one of Grover Washington Jr.'s best recordings, and it saw significant commercial success, topping the jazz album charts in the US at the time of its release. Now I want to talk about three things that I really liked about this album. The first thing I really enjoyed was the combination of catchy melodies and this sort of overarching feeling of mystery. It creates this feeling of walking through a mysterious rainforest or jungle. They've definitely created an atmosphere that sounds as if like animals and sort of sounds of the rainforest are echoing in the background as the music is playing along. In particular, this feeling is achieved on the track named Earth Tones. The second thing I really like are the deep grooves. To be specific, the title track named Mr. Magic has this captivating groove that just keeps you engaged. You're gonna be nodding along, and it almost has this hypnotic quality to it where it just gets you in the zone and you're kind of nodding along and you're staying in the pocket with the groove. So yeah, I really enjoyed that about the Mr. Magic track in particular. Another great thing about that track is the breathing room that is created within the composition for each musician to sort of open up and deliver some amazing solos. So that's another element of this track that I really enjoyed. The third thing that I loved is the sophisticated sound of this album. Overall, this body of work has a mature, sophisticated, and sleek sound. At some points it's intense and mysterious, and at other points it's cool and relaxing. The quality delivery from the musicians appears to be effortless. There is an aura of mastery and experience that flows within this project. Each musician just appears to be within their element. The only thing I wasn't as keen on when it comes to this album is the track named Passion Flower. This one is an emotional ballad with lovely strings, gentle drums, silky electric piano chords, and mysterious yet intense melodies from Grover Washington Jr. on the saxophone. Although I respect the quality of the composition and the musicianship, I have to say that this track almost feels like it's been added to give the album a change of pace, to sort of slow things down. It's often common to see on, you know, jazz albums from this era, jazz fusion, jazz funk albums, that they will put a ballad on the album, and you know, I like some more than others. In this case, I'm not so sure that, you know, Passion Flower is an essential part of this album, but yeah, like I say, respect the quality of the work that's done on this track, but if I'm forced to give one thing that I wasn't so keen on when it comes to this project, it would be that. Who would like this album? Honestly, when I was thinking about who would like this album, the first thing that came to mind was Bob James. Fans of Bob James will enjoy this project. And it's not just because Bob James played the actual keys on this album. It's because above and beyond that, his contributions to the compositions, to the arrangements of the music on this album, you can sort of hear his imprint and his stamp on the music. Bob James, for me anyway, has this sort of recognizable style and sound, and so where he sort of gotten involved with this Grover Washington Jr. album, you can really hear that Bob James sound has been infused and injected into this album, and that's, to me, is not a bad thing. I've seen like some reviews where people have maybe spoken about that they didn't enjoy the string arrangements and certain things that Bob James did for this album, but for me, I like it. I like Bob James, and you know, his involvement and his influence and style sort of seeping into the sound of this album, to me, is a good thing, and is one of the reasons why this for me is a fantastic project. Therefore, I would say fans of that Bob James jazz funk sound will enjoy this. In closing, I will say that Mr. Magic by Grover Washington Jr. is a solid jazz funk offering that showcases some fantastic musicians, including Harvey Mason on drums, Ralph MacDonald on percussion, Eric Gale on guitar, Bob James on the keys, and of course Grover Washington Jr. on the saxophone. I would say if you haven't checked this one out already, you need to add this to your jazz funk hit list. What I'm going to do for you guys, because last time in the last video people were asking to hear the music that I was talking about, or if I could sort of provide links to the music. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide links below to some of the tracks that were really highlights for me that I enjoyed most off of this album. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like. Also consider subscribing to the channel for more jazz related content just like this. And if you want to continue hanging out, I'm going to pop a video in the corner for you to click on now to continue watching videos just like this one on the channel. So thanks for watching guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.